Hi, I'm Ann Drumheller. I'm in the executive office here at the National Museum of the American Indian.
And Ann, when you were a student at SU, is this where you saw yourself being one day, is at this museum working in this position?
No, I did not envision myself here at all. Although I believe that I would have worked in a museum, yes, but not particularly here.
So what attracted you to SU? Did you study this, or kind of what was your career path from choosing SU to now being here today?
I wanted to play volleyball, and my head coach was actually at my high school, Chris Trillian, and she brought me to Syracuse. And I ended up at Syracuse for 4 years, absolutely loved it, and I probably would do it all again. So I had a great time being orange. I would probably do it all again and be even more orange if I had to do it all again. And I have my bachelor's of fine art in painting, and I knew that somehow it might not pan out, and I ended up taking graduate courses in museum studies and sort of planning ahead, so to speak. Stars sort of intervened, and then I ended up here.
So we are in one of the rooms where you prepare school groups. I'll show some of the different, I guess we would call them displays that we're looking at now. What is your day-to-day like here at the museum? What does your role entail for a student who might be looking and saying, that's what I want to do one day? What do you do?
Well, I am formerly the head registrar, so that entailed a lot of working with lenders for loans, exhibitions, donor acquisitions, collections information system, security, a lot of legal entities for the museum, and research for collections. Now I find myself here at the National Mall, which of course my former job was at the Cultural Resources Center, where a lot of the behind-the-scenes work was taking place. Now I find myself here on the National Mall, working for the executive office and planning, and now I work with a lot of the public and being out in front, working as a Native liaison for tribal entities, and working, really being the face of the museum and working directly with tribal groups, more towards fundraising and really making sure that Native people have a face and direct contact with them, and their online and front research and negotiating with them for loans and upfront research.
For Native students at SU, and that population it's awesome to see that population is growing at Syracuse University. What's your advice to them about taking advantage of opportunities while they're in school, about, just really embracing all that there is to offer?
I would definitely say keep going and be upfront, ask lots of questions, and never take no for an answer. I think when I was at Syracuse, I was one of 3 students at Syracuse, and now when I go across campus, you can definitely see more Native faces across there, and it makes me feel very good. And I realize now that they have their own program in-house there on Euclid, and there's more opportunities for them, and I'm very glad to see that grow over the past few years, and there's more assistance for them, especially with the program, the Haudenosaunee Scholarship Promise, and I hope that continues to grow. There are more opportunities for them, I think, and that they just need to keep asking questions and be persistent. I think even when I was there, nobody never ever said to me, don't come in and don't, be afraid to ask. So, and SU people are always there to help, always. I don't think anybody ever turned me down, and I don't think anybody will continue to turn them down as well. So.
From a networking standpoint, how has networking played a role in where you are today, and specifically, possibly, the SU connection when it comes to developing your career?
For me, myself, I don't know if I ever actually took advantage of any kind of network. I've always just been aggressive enough to take care of myself.
That works too.
But I know that for me, I've always been there and assisted any student who's ever come around. Nepotism is high with me, and I have hired probably 13 students in my 22 years here at the Smithsonian, and have always assisted the Museum Studies program students and a couple archaeology students through the program up there, and worked with Professor Aiken through that program as best I can, and will continue to do so. I send career opportunities probably daily,
Right.
job openings, internships, everything like that I can, and will continue to do so. I pride myself on that, and am always open. Email students all the time, let them know that I'm available for references, everything like that. So I don't, whether they're native or not, I'm always available.
All right.
That type of assistance.
She said it herself. Ann Drumheller, always available to our students. Ann, thank you so much.
You're welcome.